Good evening. You're watching State of Business on our television. This is Zinat Musafir. Let's take a look at the headlines first. Daily pricing structure for fuel to be implemented soon, says Mano Titavella. Sri Lanka's main focus should be growth in Indian Ocean economy, says Dr. Harsha De Silva. News in details. The CEO Network Forum, organized by Our Television, was held in Colombo recently under the theme Reforms in State-Owned Enterprises. Delivering the keynote address at the forum, Senior Advisor to the Ministry of Finance and Mass Media, Mano Titavella, explained the structure and the basis of the fuel price formula and stated that the government will move into daily pricing structure for fuel in the near future. He made the following remarks while addressing the gathering.
Fuel is a commodity. We have no control of fuel. You can't predict the price. So fuel is a commodity and we no longer can't subsidize anybody by taking the cost onto ourselves. It fluctuates up and down both. We can't provide consistency and subsidize CPC. We will move into daily pricing fairly soon. Its basic formula is based on world oil prices, right? Singapore Platts in this case, exchange rate, and there is a small component for efficiency. So, you will find that now we have two players in the market. Once the formula base comes in, they will compete. You will find that the prices in IOC will be different from prices in CPC. The variable there is the government taxation. There is an element for government taxation, which is technically what is charged from people for using the road.
On a further note, Mano Titavella stated that improvement of state-owned enterprises will revolve around the quality of its board members. He stressed that SOEs should be given autonomy and made responsible for their performance to inspire desired levels of competency in a state-owned enterprise.
One of the things that this precursor to the Public Enterprise Board, which is the new act through the committee, is to look at the governance structures and really qualifications and criteria to be a member of the board. Now we know in any board, we have to have multidisciplinary people on the board. There have to be people who are competent of heading audit committees. There have to be people who are competent in heading risk committees. There have to be competent people who are looking at HR and compensation committees. So it's very specialized, and in most of the state enterprises, these are not there. And so the point is well taken. It is one of the major agenda items for the committee to set some guidelines, and these guidelines will be adopted not as the part of the act in the Public Enterprise Board, but also part of a power that the Public Enterprise Board will have through regulations to set the criteria. That has to be important, and really that will only come fully once these boards are made autonomous and they are made responsible for their performance.
We're going in for a short break. Do stay tuned for more news after these commercials. Welcome back. Speaking at a press conference held in Colombo, State Minister of National Policies and Economic Affairs Dr. Harsha De Silva stated that Sri Lanka's main focus should be the Indian Ocean region, as there is no other country better positioned to take advantage of growth in the Indian Ocean economy. He made the following remarks while addressing the gathering.
We have to integrate ourselves with the developing Asian region. We are no longer stuck in the South Asian mentality. We are not. We are an Indian Ocean country, and given the next 25-50 years, growth is going to come from the Indian Ocean region. All the way from China to Laos to Philippines to Thailand, up across the Bay of Bengal, Bangladesh, and further down to Pakistan, Afghanistan, then to Kenya and all these East African countries. That is the Indian Ocean area, and that is what our focus is. There is no other country better positioned than Sri Lanka to take advantage of the growth in the Indian Ocean economy. We must be wise. We must take decisions not for the local government election or the next election. We must take decisions for this nation, for the future of this nation. So therefore, we must integrate. And if we don't integrate, we will be the only country left behind from the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, or RCEP. 16 countries are going to sign in November, which includes all the ASEAN plus countries.
Now let's take a look at a few stories in brief. 47 projects out of 180 development projects which have been completed under the Pibidemu Polonnaruwa District Development Programme was vested in the public yesterday under the patronage of President Maithripala Sirisena with the participation of ministers and MPs. The inauguration ceremony of the development programme commenced at the Dewar Kadavala Central College with the opening of the newly constructed school building at the Central College. Commonwealth Secretary-General Patricia Scotland, QC, who arrived in Sri Lanka yesterday for a 4-day official visit, met with Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe at the Temple Trees. During the meeting, both parties held discussions on a range of topics, including the climate, sustainable development goals and trade. This will be Scotland's first visit to the country since she assumed the office of Secretary-General in April 2016. We're going in for a short break. Do stay tuned for more news after these commercials. Welcome back. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a positive note today. The All Share Price Index gained 7.03 points to close at 6,136.35 and the S&P SR20 gained 4.28 points to close at 3,309.50. The turnover was 349.1 million rupees and 10 million shares were traded. Next is Forex rates. That's all the news we have for you today. Join us tomorrow with State of Business on our television at the same time. Until then, take care and good night.